Thanks, Jess. That was awesome. That guy's an awesome guy. Great voice. Everybody, we got our next Q&A coming up right now. Everybody give it up for Jen Taylor.
Hi, everybody. The way that I normally start these out is just to give you a little information about who I am and what I'm doing here, in case you don't know. And oh, I'm freaking you out. You're so freaked out. He's freaking out.
His battery died.
And then we take questions if you guys have any. Sound good? All right. My name is Jen Taylor. I voiced Cortana and Halsey in all the Halo games. I also voiced Princess Peach and Toad for a while. Zoe in Left 4 Dead. I voiced a lot of characters in Dota 2. If you guys play Dota 2.
Yeah.
Cool. What else have I done? Salem in Ruby recently. If anybody watches Ruby, yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm the bad guy. Surprise! And I got started, I'm a theater actor, which is, I live in Seattle, Washington, and I do a lot of theater there, and whatever else I can get, whatever films or TV shows or anything I get. There's not a lot that films up there, but whenever there is, I try to get in there, but I do a lot of theater. And I found my way into voice acting. I was a radio DJ for a while, same as Steve Downs, who's the Master Chief. And then I found my way into voice acting through that. But I mainly do stage work, and then I transitioned. So that's how I got started. That's how I became a voiceover actor. Is anybody, we can start questions now, or I could just sit here and chat with you guys. Oh, there's a microphone.
Was it hard doing Cortana?
Was it hard doing Cortana? You know, in the beginning, it's so funny, Cortana has changed a lot over the years since I've been doing this character now for 15 years. Wow. Yeah, thanks. Cortana, I love you, wherever you are, whoever said that, you, I love you, orange shorts. Cortana has really changed a lot. In the beginning, I was just telling somebody this, I was told she was the girl next door. They wanted you to be the girl next door, who's full of information, they did not want this to be a romantic connection in any way. That's what I was first told. And they also wanted me to be European. Vaguely European was the direction I was given. She's obviously changed a lot because they decided they didn't want that. They just wanted to use mainly my voice, a little lower. And then she's changed so much as a character that it's gotten harder, actually. It's gotten more difficult because she's becoming, her character is more fleshed out, more human, if you will. And so it's become a lot more challenging and a lot more fun because of it. It's a good question.
How is it doing Zoe in Left 4 Dead?
How is it doing Zoe in Left 4 Dead? Zoe in Left 4 Dead was fun. I came in late to that project. They had already recorded everything, and they brought me in to do the character after they'd already done everything. So I didn't have much time to prep for it or to really understand what I was doing. So I think I had 1 4-hour session. And then they threw all of the cast, we did that, and then they threw all of the cast in the room, which is pretty rare. Normally you work by yourself, but they threw the entire cast in a room and had us do some of the trailer work together, which was really fun. But that was it. That was all my experience with that. It was just I think two sessions. And it was fun. It was really fun to work with everybody. Yeah, I had a good time.
Thank you for coming to my gala.
Thank you. Thank you for thanking me. Any questions? Yeah.
First of all, you're my favorite because you're Cortana.
I can't hear you. Sorry.
It's because you're my favorite AI so far.
I'm your favorite AI.
Yeah. And my question is, well, did you have a favorite line as Cortana, or did you have a favorite thing you said?
Do I have a favorite line? You know, our favorite lines, Steve and I were talking about this, Steve plays Master Chief, are really the ones that you guys love. They become our favorite lines. So the lines that people like the most for my character, I think, is that you can't stick it, and don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it. But I had a lot of fun doing in Halo 4 when Cortana starts to lose her mind. I had a lot of fun doing all the different versions of Cortana, which I don't know if you can really hear very well, but they layered about 10 different performances on it. And they were having me do all sorts of crazy things. She directed to me to be like, Cortana as crazy wizard, Cortana as little girl who's scared. So it's basically her personality is splitting, and she had me do layered all of these different permutations of the character in one, and that was really, really fun to do. So that was probably one of the most fun moments, yeah. And also crying with Steve Downs at the end of Halo 4. If you haven't played Halo 4, I don't want to say anymore, spoiler alert. Yeah, any more?
Yeah, hi there. I have a couple of questions if you can answer me, please.
Okay.
First of all, well, have you ever seen by any chance the special skit with Conan O'Brien, the coolest gamer, where he plays Halo?
I'm sorry, what was it?
Have you ever seen well, it's not an episode, it's a skit of Conan O'Brien where he plays Halo, and this skit's called Coolest Gamer.
No.
And in it, he seems to find Cortana cute, and it was very funny for Conan falling in love with Cortana. I'm not sure if you have seen it.
I know she's everywhere in pop culture, isn't she? No. I haven't seen that.
Hi, thank you.
Hi.
Halo 4, like you mentioned, that was like I think the best thing you ever did right there. The ending was just so emotional. Like I won't lie, I cried myself.
The ending of Halo 4,
The
yeah.
ending of Halo 4, but at the end of Halo 4, did you feel like, oh man, like I really got into it? Like, did you cry or anything about that? Like that was just, oh man, it was just amazing. You did amazing. I'm not even joking.
Halo 4 was the first time that Steve and I got to work together in the same room. We hadn't before. Steve lives in Chicago. He's the man who plays Master Chief. Steve lives in Chicago and I live in Seattle, and they brought us to the same place. I think we did most of it in Seattle, maybe some in LA. And so because of that, I believe, it was much more emotional for us because we were looking at each other. Also, the written material broke my heart. So, was I crying? Yes, a lot. And it was a really beautiful, sad journey to go on. And we did it a lot. We did it over and over and over again. They would have us record it, and I'd be bawling, and then go, okay, great, we're gonna go back and do some other stuff. And then at the end of the day, they'd say, can we go back to that scene? I'm like, really? Oh God. So yes, it was a really fun and sad. And also to see the culmination of this character that I'd spent 10 years with or whatever. I thought, the culmination. I thought she was dead too, guys. I thought she was dead. Right.
Which Halo game was favorite to do?
Which Halo game is what?
Favorite to do?
Was my favorite to do? It was probably Halo 4. Yeah, because of what I said, we got to work together, so that was really fun for us. And I also got to do performance capture as well, which was the beginning of that in Halo 4 and Halo 5. So that's a completely different venture, so that was fun too. There's a question over here. Oh, you've got one.
How is the energy different from Bungie and 343 Studios?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Can you get right?
I said, how is the energy different from Bungie and 343 Studios?
How is the energy different between Bungie and 343? You know, it was like working on almost when we transitioned to 343, it was like working with a brand new company because they had put the company together to